Hard times happen, even during good times. After all the mandatory expenses, if at the end of the day you still have $1 and change left over, you can eat better than you think. Let me show you how. Hi, I'm CJ, and I know what you're thinking. If I'm eating on a budget, I'll just eat grilled cheese sandwiches or PB&Js or ramen. Wouldn't it be great if it were that easy? I'll go into more detail in a bit, but I want you to figure that you'll need 2,000 calories a day and you can only spend $40 a month. With grilled cheese, you get about 4 Sammys a day and about 1,100 calories for the effort. Peanut butter and jelly and ramen are better. That $40 gets you about 1,500 calories and about 4 sandwiches or 4 bowls of ramen a day. You're still falling short. The easy way ain't gonna work. Look, I get it. I've been there. Back when I was in college living alone, I went through some of the leanest times of my life. Food could be a luxury. And that's because I didn't know how to do low-budget eating in a way that actually worked. There were a couple of end-of-month weekends where I scraped together enough change to go to 7-Eleven to buy 5 ice cream sandwiches for $1. Those 5 sandwiches were all my meals for about 3 days. But that was then. After a few decades of shrinkflation, those sandwiches are now 2 for $3. And yeah, this is essentially a nostalgia channel, but hard times aren't just nostalgic, they're current. And I've seen enough eat for $30 a month videos from people who've clearly never had to actually do it, that I figured it was time for a geezer who had been there to weigh in. This isn't a challenge video. This isn't a stunt. This is a real plan built on real math for one person living alone who needs to know, if I have this much money for food, I won't starve. Now, quick disclaimer up front, I'm not a nutritionist. This is not medical advice. This is experience. Use it, adjust it, ignore it, but think it through for your situation. Also, I'm using Walmart's Great Value brand as a baseline. It's not an endorsement, just a common budget denominator most people in the US can access. Our goal is to eat enough calories in bulk that you can make it through a month at a time without struggling. It's not about getting all the nutrition. It's not about being excited. It's about getting to eat every day. And to not mind it too much, because quitting will almost certainly break your food budget. I'm going to be honest. My initial goal was to make this an eat for $1 a day or a $30 a month video. But with that limitation, you can build something that technically works, but you're going to be eating a lot of rice, like 1 kilo a day. As I was working this out, I had to change the goal. Calories first, cost second, and the ability to do this for as many months as it takes, a close third. The honest number is $40 a month. Actually, you can probably do it for a little less than that. That gets you about 2,000 calories a day, which is the overlap number for young adults. On the low side for men and the high side for women. If you can manage $45, then things get easier faster. But first, you have to start. And you have to survive. To make this work, I'm going to make some assumptions. You have a place to live, you have utilities, you have something to cook on, a stove, a hot plate, something. You have a pot. If you can also get a skillet, that would be great, but you do need the pot. You have a refrigerator. You have some bowls and/or some cheap storage containers. And you have a few basic utensils so you don't burn your fingers trying to flip frying food. I'm also assuming you don't have serious medical dietary restrictions. If you do, this plan needs a doctor's input, not a YouTube video. And I'm assuming this is for one person, just you. And you have to accept that you'll be cooking on most days. Nothing fancy, boiling water, basic frying, not burning things. Even if you don't know how to start, it's stuff you'll pick up quickly. Also, water is your drink. Not bottled water, not juice, not milk, and especially not coffee. You can't afford it, not yet. We'll work toward that too. Now we get to the whats and whys. 2,000 calories a day means our monthly goal is 60,000 total calories. We're going to have three basic groups: the staples, the comfort, and the elevators. The staples are going to be rice and beans. You're going to be averaging a little more than 3 servings of each every day. Rice, because there's a reason so much of the world relies on it: calories for low cost. Beans are similar. Together, your protein needs are mostly taken care of. I chose pinto beans because they carry good nutrition, and in my area, they cost less. Adjust for your region. The comfort's base is pasta, potatoes, peanut butter, jelly, and bread. It's like a hug in food form. But it's not alone. We also have butter for when you want toast and to add flavor to cooking. The taters are the only fresh veggie here. With skin, they are nutritious, and unlike many produce items, they are affordable while supplying many days of food choices. And you get to have a serving of each every day. And then there are the elevators: salt for flavor, soy sauce for umami and the rice, and vegetable oil for frying and sneaking in the extra necessary calories. With just this, we have a bit more than our 2,000 calorie a day goal, and for just $38.95. Wow. We managed to plan enough food for under $40 for 30 days. That extra dollar can buy you a bag of frozen veggies to make some of your dishes into real meals and give you some of those nutritions people talk about. Without any tricks or gimmicks, we can eat satisfying meals for a month on a tight budget. Here's what it looks like. You won't be starving. You just won't be all that entertained. Your base is rice and beans, between 3/4 and 1 cup each, dry uncooked, pretty much every day. If you just want it simple, cook today's beans the day before so you don't have to wait to eat. Boil your rice, which will take about 30 minutes. Combine the two. Voila, rice and beans. Then start cooking the beans you've had soaking since the morning, because it'll take about 2 to 3 hours. And then you can cover and store them for tomorrow. If you want to fry your rice or refry your beans, by all means go ahead. You don't have to suffer through simplicity if you don't want to. You have to eat the other stuff too. 1 serving of each, but You can trade off between days, so you can have more buttered toast, or pasta, or hash browns, or whatever. You aren't a slave to your ingredients. You and they are partners in the goal of keeping you fed. And I get it. Cooking all the time can be a drag, though you can cook several days worth at a time, and that helps a little. I've been a vegetarian for almost 50 years, and you know what that means? I've had to fix almost all my meals pretty much every day. It gets tedious, sure, but you get used to it. It's what my grandmas did and theirs did before them for generations. Who said life was always going to be fun or easy? But that doesn't mean you can't also eat better than the typical college freshman. The baseline will mostly be used up by the time you reach the end of the month. You'll likely have a few things like oil, salt, soy sauce, and maybe even some beans and rice left over. Not a lot, but it adds up month to month, so you can eventually maybe buy something else. But it's slow. If you can bump the budget up to $45, things get a lot better. You can buy extra seasonings or eggs, flour, sugar, or even ramen. Maybe save up for a 10-inch cast iron skillet if you don't already have one. $40 gets you fed. Anything extra gets you extra. And those extras make the meals more fun and you less bored. Don't dismiss joy from the equation just because money is tight. The key for all of this is that you maintain your determination. Nothing scuttles survival eating faster than a poor attitude about it. Yeah, there's going to be meal repetition, but less and less as time goes on. The hard part, really, is to not sabotage yourself. Remember, $10 extra you spend elsewhere, for whatever reason, is a week's worth of food. And if you've never gone hungry for a week or more, trust me, you'd rather not. There are some real-world things you should accept going in. Your calorie needs matter. If 2,000 calories is more than you need to maintain your weight, then you can definitely cut back some and take advantage of the savings to grow your pantry. Unfortunately, if 2,000 calories isn't enough, the only way up is more money. The sad fact is that reasonable food calories come with a price. Second, food quality is going to vary when you are shopping at the lower rung. It's not a given, but store brands, while cheaper, aren't necessarily Michelin star fare. That said, it won't kill you to endure it for a while. Millions do, and this isn't the time to be picky. Don't let fastidiousness be the enemy of eating. And third, this is a baseline for when I'm recording this. Prices vary and constantly change. Availability varies. Sales can be godsends. And if people offer you free food, say thank you and enjoy the bump to your stockpile. So here's the deal. At this moment, and depending on the economy where you live, you can feed yourself for under $40 a month. That's $1.33 a day. It's not luxury, but it's reliable. Take it from someone who has had food stress a few times in my life. It's better to eat boring but well than to hunt for change to buy some ice cream sandwiches. As for me, I'm going to grab a little snack. I'm CJ, this is Geezer Gab, and remember to do the groovy liking and far out subscribing. And I hope your situation doesn't require you to rely on this video. But if you do, maybe it'll help. Take care. See ya.